Welcome back. In this video, we will discuss about the phylum Ctenophora. As we discussed the previous phylums, like general characters, special characters, classification, examples, in the same manner, we will discuss this phylum also. So before going into the chapter, these ctenophoran animals are also called as sea walnuts or sea gooseberries or comb jellies. These are the common names of the animals belongs to the phylum Ctenophora. And here we have to know one more thing, why the name Ctenophora had given to these animals. Okay, that is because of due to presence of ciliated comb plates. Due to presence of ciliated comb plates. What are those? For example, this is an animal present in the phylum Ctenophora. They are having the tentacles, which helpful for the locomotion in these animals. Mostly they have 8 ciliated tentacles. So how the cilia is arranged? The cilia is attached to the tentacles like the bristles present in the comb. For example, this is the comb we are using at our homes, and that comb has bristles. Like that, to the tentacles, the hair-like cilia is attached. So that's why we are calling as a ciliated comb plates. That is in Latin Ctenophora. Okay, this is how the name had assigned to the phylum, that is Ctenophora. And here we have to observe that these are the close relatives of the cnidarians. These are close relatives to the cnidarian animals. That means some similarities are there, because Porifera, Cnidaria and Ctenophora. This is the immediate phylum which is evolved after the cnidarians. So we have to observe that. And here one more exception is that is in the ctenophores the cnidocytes are absent. Cnidocytes are absent. If cnidocytes are present, we can keep the animals in the cnidaria itself. So that's why, due to the absence of cnidocytes, we are separating these animals and put in a separate phylum. And one more thing, here already we discussed about tentacles. So those tentacles are helpful for locomotion. And what about food capturing? So here cnidocytes in cnidaria, they are performing both food capture, anchorage and locomotion also. But here tentacles are performing only the locomotion and cnidocytes are absent. So what is how the food capturing function was performed? So that is by a special glue cells called as lasso cells or coloblasts. These are helpful for food capturing. These are helpful for food capturing. Okay, these are all the special characters. And one more thing here you can know, these animals have the special property, that is bioluminescence. That means the property of emitting light. The property of emitting light by living organisms. Bio means life. The property of emitting light by the living organisms is known as bioluminescence. Here one important point I want to discuss here, that is the light emitted by the animals is also known as cold light. So what is the difference between this light and the artificial light or the light coming from the sun? So what is the difference? And why we are calling this light as a cold light? For example, if you split the light in a spectrum, we can get UV radiation, IR radiation, radio waves, everything we will get. But here in the cold light, the infrared radiation is absent. Infrared radiation is absent in the spectrum of the light that is coming from the animals. So due to the absence of infrared rays, the light does not cause any increase in the temperature. That's why we are calling this light, bioluminescent light, is also as in cold light. So due to absence of infrared radiation. So this is one of the most important point. Now we will discuss about the general characters. The general characters of characters. That is, what is the meaning of name ctenophora? That means presence of comb plates. And what is the significance? The significance of the animals present in this phylum is the presence of specialized cells known as coloblasts or lasso cells. And here habitat, these are completely marine. And symmetry, that is radial or biradial, especially biradial, like the cnidarians. And here coelom, there is no discussion about coelom here. And the levels of organization is tissue level, and the number of germ layers is 2, that is diploblastic level. And the segmentation here is absent, and the digestion, as in the cnidarians, it is both extracellular and intracellular. And already I discussed what is extracellular and what is intracellular in my cnidarian video. And respiration, excretion, circulation, that is as same as in the cnidarians, that is simple diffusion. And the nervous system is also the same. That's why we are calling the animals present in this phylum as the close relatives with the cnidarians. But due to the absence of cnidocytes and the presence of coloblasts, we are separating this one as a separate phylum. And remaining, see here we can compare the most of the characters are very common with the phylum Cnidaria. And here sexuality, these are bisexual. That means both the male and female organs are present in one organism. And here reproduction, only sexual reproduction. And the fertilization, that means the fusion of male and female gametes is external. That means it is happening in the water. Because these are completely present in water, that means oceans. So the male gamete is released outside and the female gamete is released outside, and they will fuse together and form the zygote on the external medium, that is here the water. And the development is indirect. That means in the life cycle at least one larval stage is involved. Here that larval stage is the cedipede. Cedipede, very important, cedipede larva. Okay, now we will see the classification. See here, the classification of the phylum Ctenophora is, here it is there. See here, it is divided into two classes. The first one is the class Tentaculata and the second one is the class Nuda. See here, on what basis it was classified? That means on the basis of tentacles, whether the tentacles are present in the animal or not. So depend upon that the classification was done. And in Tentaculata, the adults possess 2 aboral tentacles. That means here you have to observe that the tentacles are absent in the larval stages. Okay, that means the tentacles are absent in the larval stages but present in the adult stage. But here the tentacles are absent even in the larval stages. That means both larva and adult does not have the tentacles. So based on that the classification was done. Already I discussed about aboral. For example, the animal is like this. This side is the oral side and this side is the aboral side. So this one you have to know carefully. So from here the tentacles will be present. At least 2 aboral tentacles. And the examples for the class Tentaculata are pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. And the example for the Nuda is Beroi. Okay. So this is about the phylum Ctenophora. Thank you.